Studio here. I'm going to be kind of walking you through our game Range is Hot. This is a VR competitive shooter game. It's similar to real world 3-gun competitions. When you launch the game, you're going to come to this point. You'll just kind of spawn right here at the range. This is kind of showing you all the different targets that are going to be throughout our game, as well as the 3 different weapon types you'll be using. So in real world 3-gun competitions, you're going through courses. So this is like a kind of a test course, and you'll be switching between different firearms as you go through the course. So let's just kind of grab them and look at them. This is our shotgun. This is a semi-automatic shotgun. Has a safety that you can turn on and off with a click of a button on your joystick, and it just goes blammo. Another cool realistic feature with all of our guns here. We have pigeon flippers that toss a pigeon in the air, and I'm terrible at aerial targets. But once you fire the last round out of any of these firearms, the bolt will lock in place, and you'll get this lock icon. So to release the bolt, you can either grab it. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. First, you want to reload your weapon. On an automatic shotgun, you're going to reload at the bottom. This is a floor plate that you'll kind of pop those into. Get your new shells loaded in. Oh, I think that was, yeah, that's all I can put in there. But yeah, you can just grab the operator handle on that, let go, and it'll chamber a fresh round for you. Pop these clays off, even some pots, clay pots back there. Pretty sweet. I like that. Oh, another thing I meant to mention is that with this bolt lock, you can also release it just with a click of a button, and it'll chamber a fresh round for you. Cool. Moving on to the pistol. This is a striker fire pistol. You'll notice there's no safety showing on here. That's because these have a passive safety feature. That means that if you can see right up there, there's a tiny little lever next to the trigger. Unless your finger is on there and pressing down, this gun won't fire in real life. You know, you can throw it around. Unless that little part is depressed, there's actually 3 parts inside of a gun that prevent it from accidentally firing. So for competitive shooting, you want 2 hands on the gun at all times. This is to kind of brace the most with your gun. Alright, and with the gun, just press of a button to release your magazine. Grab a fresh one, pop it in. Let's try that again. I'll get this last bullet over here. Same thing, you have the bolt lock where your slide is locked back. Popping this in here, you can grab the slide itself, pull back and release, and now a fresh round is chambered. You can also cycle rounds, things like that. We have some cooler targets. This is the Texas Stars. These offset weighted targets can be a little tricky. Cool. And finally the rifle. This one has a lot going on. Obviously the safety you turn on and off. Also shows up on the gun itself. Cool, and we have a scope that you can look through. So closer you get to the reticle, the more zoomed in you'll see. You can also adjust the scope to zoom in closer or further away. Cool. Similar thing with reloading the rifle. There's actually 3 different ways. Let's get rid of that last round. So the bolt is locked. We can release the bolt with just the click of a button. Let's do that again. Holding the charging handle back and pressing the bolt release can also lock the bolt back. So once you get a fresh magazine in there, you can pull the charging handle back. Oops. Whoops. There we go. That'll load another round into the chamber. Ready to fire. Release that magazine again. Whoops. Let's release that. Get the last round out of here so the bolt locks. So the bolt's locked back in place. Now another one, this is the round catch button, so you can slap this guy. And the next round is chambered. Cool. So that's the gist of those first 3 guns. Let's go down the course.
This is a long-distance rifle section. The rifle for this section is located on the firearms table. Pick up the rifle with the grip button on your main hand. To steady the rifle, hold the foregrip of the firearm with your off hand by holding down the grip button on that controller. Disengage the safety on the rifle by clicking the joystick of your main hand.
So this is mainly the
Stand inside the red
stage.
shooting box and aim at the targets by looking through the scope
everything
attachment
that you
and
need
fire
to
when
know.
ready. Once you have hit all targets, or run out of ammunition, remove the magazine by clicking the mag release button.
I'll just wait
Engage
for
the safety by clicking the joystick again.
the
And
voiceover
place the
to
rifle
kind of
into the
finish up.
firearms designated container. Proceed to the next section of the course when you are ready.
Alright, so every course you have your shooting areas, you have your firearms table, and your dump containers, the firearms designated containers. So, for instance, this is the rifle section. This course has red shooting boxes. This means that you have to be standing inside of the shooting box in order to engage your targets. There's other courses that will have, instead of this yellow rope, it'll be red rope lining it. That means that you can kind of engage targets as long as you're behind that red rope. So, this being the first stage, this is my...
Grounding!
Oh, I got a grounding error. That's another penalty I'll go into in a little bit. But you'll be picking up your weapons from a firearms table. It's different with the pistol. The pistol is going to be holstered at your belt, so you won't see those available on a firearms table. Alright, so you got the firearms table, your shooting box, and then finally, once you're done shooting all of your targets, for rifles and shotguns, you're going to be placing them in these big barrels. This is a dump bin. So what you need to do is make sure your gun is safe and put it barrel face down into the barrel. And that's kind of the gist of each section. So this first one would be the rifle section. We'll kind of walk you through
It's important to
here.
be aware of the course boundaries. You'll notice that the course is lined with barriers or ropes to indicate the path boundary. Stepping outside of the boundary will add a time penalty to your score. You should engage targets only while standing inside red shooting boxes or paths roped with red. Discharging a firearm while standing outside of a course boundary will incur a penalty or even disqualification.
Alright, so this is basically telling you, you kind of need to stay inside the path. Can't go.
Foot.
See, I got this penalty noise
Foot.
whenever I step outside there. So penalties will always add time to your score. This is one of those games where you're trying to get the lowest time possible for your best score.
This is a shotgun
Alright,
section.
this is the shotgun.
Retrieve the shotgun from the firearms table. The orange targets are clays which must be broken in order to receive a successful target score. The steel popper target in the center must also be hit with enough force to knock it down in order to count as a successful hit. Stand inside the red shooting box. Steady the shotgun with your offhand. Disengage the safety. Fire at all targets. Once you have shot all of the targets or used all ammunition, engage the safety and proceed with your shotgun to the second part of this section.
Alright, so yes, this is the first shotgun section.
This
Got
is
our
a shotgun section.
Let's
Retrieve the shotgun. This is a shotgun
geez.
section. Retrieve
we have the firearms table here to grab your shotgun. Shooting zone here. So I'm going to pick this guy up. Release the safety. Get my 3 targets. But you notice there's no dump barrel here. That means that my shotgun's going to be used at another stage. So if you look a little further down, dump barrel's there. That means they're going to run to this next section.
This is the second part of the shotgun
It'll
section.
tell me a
Grab
little
some
just
shot
about
shells from your
that.
belt and reload by
So
feeding them into the
reload.
underside of the shotgun.
Throw it in the
Stand inside the
loader
shooting
part.
box. Steady the shotgun with your
And
offhand.
with this guy, I'm just
Disengage
gonna
the
shoot
safety.
while he's talking.
Fire at the targets when you want. Once you've hit all targets or run out of ammunition,
All right.
engage the safety and dump the
So once I'm
shotgun
done,
in the firearm
engage my
designated
safety.
container and proceed to the next
Dump
section.
them in the barrel. Move to the next. Alright, now this is the pistol
This
section.
is the pistol section. As you
Like
can
he'll
see,
say.
there is no firearms table at this section. The pistol is holstered at your hip. Look down at your belt and holster the pistol now. This stage consists of a target tree. Successful shots on the target tree will flip the targets. To aim more effectively, brace the pistol with your offhand by bringing your offhand close to the side of the pistol. Your hand will automatically steady the aim. Stand inside the shooting box. Steady the pistol with your offhand. Disengage the safety. Engage all targets on the target tree. Once you are out of ammunition or have hit all targets, engage the safety, reholster the pistol, and proceed to the second part of this section.
Alright, so what Mr. Voiceover Man was telling us, this is the first part of the pistol stage. Need to engage this target tree. Oh man, I'm doing terrible talking and shooting at the same time. So yeah, the target tree. Kind of want to hit all the targets on there. And similar thing, there's no dump barrel here. So we're going to proceed to the final one.
This is the second part of the pistol section and the end of this
And what I
course of
forgot
fire.
to tell you.
You will need a full
I'll wait
magazine to
until he
start this
talks.
section. Press the magazine release button to eject the pistol magazine. Grab a new magazine from your gun belt with your offhand and load it into the pistol. Next, rack the slide by grabbing it with your offhand and pulling it toward you. Stand inside the shooting box. Steady your pistol. Disengage the safety. Engage all targets. Once you are out of ammunition, eject the magazine, engage the safety, and holster the pistol.
Alright, so final one. And what I meant to mention is that there's not always a dump barrel for the pistol. Safely grounding your pistol, you're just going to put it back into your holster. So that is walking through the first course, and then once we get to the end, we'll have one
Congratulations, you have completed the training course of fire. While this round is not timed or scored, all other courses will be. To continue to your first course, access the menu by pressing either menu button on your controller when not holding a firearm.
Alright, so that's a quick walkthrough through our tutorial. When you're actually playing a course, once you're done, you'll hit the finish button. It'll have the course score for you, showing all your penalties and your time, things like that. So I'm just going to hop into a course for you guys to see. This is the player menu that you can bring up. On the left, it shows all the courses available to you, as well as your best time. Then when you select the course, on the right side you'll see the leaderboard. Shows all the top times that are out there, both friends and global times. So there's some pretty hot shooters in here. Let's load course 01. I'm gonna peek out from under my hood, see if everything's going alright. Okay, cool. Alright, Rifle Course 01. Once you load a course, you're gonna have this course briefing. It'll again show you your best time, the course name. Kind of gives you a quick overview of things to be aware of for each course. The most important is to walk the course first to learn the layout of course sections. On the right, it also gives you information about the ammo type, if there's any sort of restrictions on there. Sometimes you have to go through a course with only one magazine or limited ammunition and still hit all the boxes or all the targets. Another thing, it talks about the shooting zones. This is a red box shooting zone, so like I mentioned before, you need to stand inside of there. Alright, so once I start the course, I'm going to hit this button. There will be a couple things that's going to happen. The range officer will yell out make ready, which means I need to move into my starting position. Then he'll say stand by, and that means I need to wait until I hear a beep before I pick up the firearm. So I'll just run you through that real quick.
Make ready.
Make ready.
Stand by.
So he says stand by, like I'll show you.
Make ready.
See, I picked up the gun before the beep went off, so he's saying make ready again to kind of
Stand by.
warn me. All right, I heard the beep. I can pick this up and start firing away. I'm not doing so hot. I'm aiming with my left eye because that's what shows on the stream broadcast. But I'm normally a right eye shooter. Okay, I've hit all my first targets. Time to dump this. Make sure my safety is on. Barrel down. Move to the next section. Alright, get to the shotgun section. Grab this guy. Make sure I'm in the box. Disengage the safety. Start smashing my targets. Second part of the shotgun section. Boom. Alright. Dump barrel. Make sure my safety's engaged. Drop that in. Alright, we're moving on to the pistol section. Alright. Cool. Get a fresh mag. Get these last 6. Yes. Alright, drop them in the bin. Hit finish.
Range is clear.
147, not terrible. Speaking, streaming and teaching this while I'm playing. One thing to kind of notice, these guys I was shooting at twice, so these are a 2-hit target. You need to either hit it in the red, and that'll count for 2, or twice in the black. So usually a good rule of thumb is just to fire 2 at it right away, unless you're a really good crack shot. So that's course 1. Let's load up another one. Go long alley course 2. Why not? Oh, and I kind of skipped over the most important part I was telling you about, to walk the course first to learn the layout of the course sections. You'll notice at each course section there's these pop-ups. They show you the target types that you're going to be shooting at, as well as which firearm you should be using for each section. So this is obviously the rifle section. We have a total of 9 targets. 5 steel torsos, 2 steel poppers, and 2 round steel 10-inch plates. So I can see we have 9 total, so there's 4 over there, and another 5 in the distance. Cool, same thing. I don't see a dump barrel here, so I'm going to assume I'm going to keep using my rifle. So let's move to the next section. Here we go. 4 round paper targets, and yes, it is a rifle section. Gonna hit those. Keep moving. Another rifle section with 3 round paper targets. Alright. Another section with 2 round paper targets. Alright, and there's our dump barrel, so I can safely assume, yes, this is a pistol section. So we have 5 round paper targets and 1 Texas Star. So we have 2 round papers here, 3 on that side, and the Texas Star with a don't shoot me target. This guy, you'll get a penalty if you accidentally shoot him, so be aware of where they are. Alright, so this is a right-sided one. Another pistol section with 7 round steels. Gotta hit those. Coming up. Now we have a dump bin for our pistol. We'll be dropping him. Now we have a shotgun section with 3 steel poppers and 1 pigeon flipper. So I'd be grabbing my shotgun. This is also a good reason to walk the course first. Pigeon flippers are these guys. Once you knock over the popper target, it's going to launch that clay up into the air that you have to hit out of the air, or else you get a missed target violation. So this moving down, we have a second part of a shotgun section, 7 standard clays, 3 pigeon flippers, and 6 steel poppers. So let's try and look from here. Alright, so we got a pigeon flipper there, and yeah, the far left one also has a pigeon flipper. So because I'm so terrible at shooting aerial clays, I usually try to hit all of my targets that aren't aerial first, and then come back and hit the ones that are going to flip up a aerial target. Mainly so I have more ammunition in my tank, which means more chances to hit that aerial shot. Alright, so moving on to the last part. Last shotgun section is just 4 steel poppers, so no more aerials there. Cool. So I got a good lay of the land. I can run all the way back to the beginning, but there's also a handy return to start button I can just hit. So back at square one, let's just go ahead and try this out.
Make ready.
Make ready, move.
Stand by.
All right.
Hit. Hit.
Yeah, the long range ones, the range officer will call out hit for you, which is really helpful because it's kind of difficult to see if you've hit those things. There we go. All right, moving on. Should just grab a fresh magazine. I probably didn't need to charge that because I wasn't out of ammo. 2 more papers. Cool. Dump the rifle. Switch to my pistol. Alright, same with this. I usually like to hit the papers first before I go at the tree, just because this is a little more challenging, so it's easy to just hit these real quick. Alright, I'm going to grab a fresh mag because I know I'm probably going to hit this kind of bad. Oof. Oh, it's swinging. Yep. Yikes. I am not doing good. There we go. Alright, and then these guys on the right. Almost perfect. Dump him in the little bin. Grab my shotgun. Alright. Now remember, this guy's got a popper. And nope, I am not good at shooting poppers. Something I really need to just practice. Alright, again. Hitting all my static targets first. Alright, that's a popper. He's not a popper. He's not a popper. He's not. Alright. Now, final guys. Hey! just don't let this ruin your enjoyment of the game, because I am just a terrible shot at this. Oh, I got him. Alright, got 2. Okay, final section. Boom, boom, boom. Make it safe, pop it in, hit the finish button. 303.
Clear.
So, see all those missed aerial clays, and while I was going crazy at that Texas Star, I must have clipped the no-shoot guy. A nice thing about the way this is set up is you can actually kind of walk back through and look at your accuracy on the targets you hit. So I can actually go up, walk, and yep, I tagged him right in his little bare ear. Sorry, guy. Don't shoot me, buddy. Sorry I did. But yeah, you can kind of go through, see how well you're shooting. These, I can't believe I scored on that. That's barely legal on the scoring side of things. So yeah, it's another thing to kind of help you improve your quick target acquisition, things like that. I'll just try one more, and I'll try to talk less. Well, let's go to the shoot house. We also have an indoor course. That's pretty fun. A lot more turns and sneaky targets throughout it. So yeah, this is the shoot house. In here, the pistola section, we have 31 paper torsos. So let's open up this guy. Right away on the right, we got one. We have two right here. Through the window, we're gonna have three more we're gonna engage. Another guy there. One here. We have, what is that, 6 total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, we're gonna walk past another window. 3 more targets in here. Around the corner we got 2. So this is a hot zone. Lots of targets to hit. 1, 2, 3, and even this guy hanging around the corner. Go down another 4 all around here. Got another window with another 4 through the window. Then we're gonna walk outside. All right, now we have a shotgun section. Poppers and clays, no pigeon flippers. I'm okay with that. So we'll hit these guys. Move on, more shotgun targets. 3 poppers, no flippers. Sweet. We got a pigeon flipper here. So we got 2 poppers. Which guy has the flipper? The right one does. So be mindful of that when we get to it. Then the end of the shotgun section, 3 more clays. Gonna dump, switch to rifle. We have 3 papers. Let's see, 3 paper targets, 2 torsos up in the distance, and then 3 10-inch steels. All right. Next part of the rifle section, we have 3 round papers and 2 steel torsos. Oh, these are down, so I need to make sure I have a good angle without stepping out of bounds on this guy for those 2 down the lane. Then the final rifle section, 3 round steels and 1 steel torso. Boom. Then we're gonna drop this, hit finish, and we'll be good to go. All right. Less talky, more doughy, huh? Let's just
Make
go through
ready.
this.
Stand by.
All right. Oh, ran out of bullets. These bears are making me nervous. Don't forget about that guy. Oh. Yeah, it's smart to reload your magazines before you run completely out of ammo. Otherwise, you gotta redo your bolt lock or release your bolt lock. All right, shotgun time. All right, reload this guy. Cool. And the right guy has the popper, right? Yes, he does. All right, guy. Only took 5 shots to take that one down. Sweet. Charge him.
Foot.
Oh no, I stepped out. My bad. Engage, safety, dump. Onto the rifle.
Hit.
Oh, that was already in the red.
Hit. Hit.
All right. Oh, now we have these final ones. Up the hill.
Hit.
Engage safety. Done. Drop it. And, ooh, I got a new
Range
record
is clear.
here. I thought that was pretty slow. So there's my foot penalty. Stepped out of bounds, get 5 seconds. But not terrible. So yeah, that's the shoot house. That's a quick little walkthrough. I did it pretty clumsily just because I'm trying to stream and play at the same time. Something I'm pretty new to, but hopefully that gives you kind of an overview of our game. If you join me on whatever platform you're watching from, we really appreciate it. Like I said, we're still in a beta phase of this project. It's an early access, so we're adding more to it. While I'm talking about that, let me just bring up something fresh that we're cooking. We have shotgun aerial practice. So we built a trap and skeet level. It's really cool. Since I'm streaming, it might start firing off because we actually have voice activation for this. Let me just stand in the front. So this is a skeet course. These are all different positions you'll be standing at and calling out your shots. Let's turn off my safety, make sure I'm ready. So if I just yell pull, it'll fire it. Pull! Oh, just like I said, if it moves, Sam probably can't hit it. If you don't like, see, it's gonna launch because I'm talking. But if you don't like that function, you can always disable it. There's another way. See that target up in the sky? If I kind of just stare right at it, it'll give me a little countdown timer and launch the clay once it hits that. So yeah, another part of our game that's in development. We're really excited about it because there's a lot of different sort of shotgun games we can play with it. So yeah, Range is Hot. We have it available. It's on Steam right now in early access. It's going to be 20% off for the next week or so. So if you have a VR setup that can hook up to a computer, it'll be great. We're also investigating how we can get that onto mobile VR platforms as well. So thanks again for joining me. Again, I'm Sam with Winter Bear Studio, and check out our game Range is Hot. All right, hope you guys have a good afternoon.